We had a special customer this morning. Can you go to the next slide, please? Because one of our main users is CNN, and uh, Leo was here, so he was the brain of that project, and I remember it right because if I remember it right, it took us like 3 years for that process to materialize from the concept of we want to go to AV over IP to really buying something for their CNN office in Abu Dhabi. And all of you are familiar with NDI, right? NDI. Okay, and one of the things that we have discussed or highlighted during the conversation this morning was their latency. We've asked them a lot of questions, but first thing is the latency. For those who were here this morning, what was the latency that Leo said?
76 milliseconds.
Yeah, 76 milliseconds. So imagine this. So they have a TriCaster 2 Elite. They have a PTZ camera. They have a video wall with a decoder in it. And they, as a broadcaster, as a news agency, and as a global company, them saying that in their setup they're getting around 75, 76 milliseconds of latency is really a good thing for us. And you guys, as our partners, we want you to have that confidence as well. And just like what we have here, which I'm going to discuss in a bit. But let's go to the next slide, please. Are you guys familiar with, what's that? A.R. Rahman, the artist? So this is his studio, the Firdaus. You guys do it? Integrated this? No. So Firdaus is a studio in Expo City, and they are shooting a lot of orchestral and concerts, and they have a TriCaster, multiple PTZ cameras. They're running NDI in their system, and they also have some dented devices in there. Again, a good success story for us. And the next one is the Expo 2020. Not all of them, but at least the French and the Italian pavilion. And of course, there are other pavilions there. They were using TriCaster. And one of the things that Nicolas told us today is that, VSRT having a 24/7 and a global reach for support, there's something that happened there wherein one of their system died, or the panel died on a Friday, and on a Sunday, we gave the replacement to them. Again, thanks to the VSRT support that time. So during Expo, we have done a lot of multiple projects with TriCaster and PTZ cameras and some NDI converters here and there. Next one would be General Motors. This, again, a very interesting thing because General Motors have been a user of TriCaster since 2011 or 2012. And they have already upgraded their TriCaster system twice. And they're using their TriCaster for their training center. So the idea started, I remember I was there on the first day of the meeting. The idea started when the head of training said that we are doing online training with our webcam, and it's too boring. Of course, I didn't include all the curses in between there, but he wanted to produce a training session that's gonna be very attractive. It's gonna be easy for the students to follow. It's like watching a TV, and that's what the TriCaster brought to them. And recently, what they're trying to do is they're utilizing the use of NDI. And one of the things that they have been doing a lot is using the. Are you guys familiar with NDI HX camera? Just want to show you very quickly. So what they've done is this, which I cannot open. So what they've done is this. So they're training people on how to use their cars, or the mechanics on how to fix their cars. And so instead of them going through the to the under chassis or to the engine bay, and then running their professional cameras. What they've done is this.
I have
So
one.
can we?
This camera is on. Oh, this.
So yeah. So right now, what we have is Nicholas is actually sending his signal through our access point and basically makes it a part of our production. So imagine this, having that camera going through the engine bay and going through the under chassis of your car, that makes a lot of sense for them. And lastly, we also have some friends from American School of Dubai. And they're using their TriCaster in different ways. So one is they're teaching students on how to run a production. They are teaching their kids how to run their small